right, how many of you have had to choose from this? Right? Why 900 shades of white? So many different options. When you were a child, you had simple options. You had either Cheerios or Fruit Loops. You had cartoons or play outside. Your parents gave you simple choices. Now let's talk about making choices as an adult. Okay, that's a little bit more overwhelming and comes with so many more options. Should I get my MBA? Should I go to Spain? Should I have kids? Ugh. A little overwhelming. But if you think about what it looks like and how you stand up to it, it won't be. And as you age, it gets more complicated, doesn't it? There's so many more choices, and they grow exponentially every year. We go from the simplicity of somebody telling us or helping us make decisions to doing it on our own. And again, they grow complicated, more complicated every single year. When in 2012, I was at the pinnacle of my career, or so I thought. Everything looked amazing. I had a great career, supportive family and friends, and I traveled the world for my job, a dream. I then soon realized that I had the weight of the world on my shoulders. I didn't know what exactly to do. And it wasn't until an evening when I had a mental and physical breakdown. Believe me, it was not my finest moment. A mental and physical breakdown at a work event. Not pretty, not pretty, not pretty. I realized that I was at the end of my rope. I wasn't sleeping, I wasn't really eating, and I was working around the clock. And why? Because I didn't think I actually had a choice. And a friend came to me as I was sobbing and said, Beth, you have a choice. It's the fear of consequence and being terrified that you're going to make the wrong choice. Yeah, I absolutely was terrified that I was going to make the wrong choice. I realized that there have been many, many opportunities for me to make choices. And that at that point, I also realized too that I needed to stop making excuses and become accountable for my actions. And there are some really big decisions that I made over the years that were pretty complicated. One, I chose, these are adult decisions. One, I chose to get married really young, and we chose not to have children. I chose to move to New York without my family for my job while keeping Detroit as my home base. And just recently, I'm very happy about this, I decided to leave the security of corporate life for the excitement of startup world. You could say, again, these all were huge, complicated decisions. So what is choice? Choice is the decision-making, the act of decision-making when you're faced with two or more choices. One is the act of selection, the act of choosing, which is selection, and two, the power of choosing, which is options. They can be pretty overwhelming again, but if you have the power, does it make it any easier? Not always, no. And the power can give you opportunities to understand why choice is important. Choice is important because all of us, every single one of us, has to make decisions. 100% of you out there have to make decisions every day. But do you know what to do when you have so many choices? I don't know, do we? What it does is that actually gives us a sense of accountability and agency over our lives and control over our lives. It gives us an opportunity to look beyond what it is that's in front of us and really give us an opportunity to not be paralyzed, to give us an opportunity to step forward and take charge. The key is to be able to know where you want to go. What have you set yourself up for all these years? I don't know, what excites you? Also, you have to know what your non-negotiables are. Know what you're not willing to give up. I wasn't willing to give up to move to another city or state or country in full, so I looked for opportunities that allowed for me to commute. It was really fun. Knowing where you want to go gives you the opportunity, once again, to take charge of your life. It also gives you, again, agency to create your own path. You're no longer paralyzed. You no longer have to worry about what's in front of you because, again, you're making the choices. This path gives you the ability to find new paths, to find resilience and be resilient because of that. And this mindset actually gave me the opportunity and led me to build a tool when I was struggling with my career path. And also, it reminded me that I have a choice. It's an important piece of the puzzle. Because making choices and making the right choice is paramount. You really do. Every single choice you make has an impact on your experiences, your opportunities, and your future. No pressure at all. And after 12 years, I wrote this 12 years ago. And after 12 years, I have shared this with countless people. People who, I have walked up to on the street, people who I talk to all the time. And every time they come back to me and tell me that it has given them the opportunity and allowed them to stretch without compromising their values. I call this the IHAP.OS. It is a simple, easy-to-use scorecard that has given me a rational process when my mind is cloudy. It is a series of weighted questions in these 4 areas. Intelligence, does it make me smarter? Happiness, does it make me happier or more joyful? Amplification, does it make me more visible or even famous? And prosperity, does it make me richer? And I don't just mean money. It also helps you alleviate the concerns of fear of failure. When you're overwhelmed or under pressure, or when you're trying to be a perfectionist and you don't actually have all the information. What I want to leave with you today is the ability and the permission to take charge of your own space and your own opportunities. So I will leave you with the words that changed my life. You always have choice. Now go. It is yours. You've got this. Thank you.